Hey there, welcome back to Stone Valley here on Farming Simulator 22. What have I gotten myself into? Potatoes, and lots of them. Well, today is the day of contracts. I ended up finding a lot of work around the area, so we went ahead and said, yes, we'll do it. So I got Tiny running a couple of fertilizing contracts. He's across the area, knocking out a few fields with fertilizing. He's got the Kubota and a little spreader back there. And I'm over here by myself trying to get these potatoes harvested. You see, I have barely made a dent. But just as soon as Tiny gets done, he is going to head over here and help me out. We've done a lot of work around the farm. We ended up renting a wrapper and made some bales, some silage bales, and we got all of those picked up and put into the barn and did some fertilizing. Got all of our fields re-fertilized except for the big field that we have there. It has not been fertilized, so we'll need to do that at some point in the future. But everything is going good. We ended up having to buy some more forage for TMR for the cows. So things are moving along. But this morning, after I woke up and got all my finances squared away, I had $124 in the bank. So it was a good thing that we were able to pick up this work here. This is actually going to be really good for the farm. Being able to get this money from these contracts, it's going to really help out. I think we'll end up with close to about 100 grand today in contracts. So that is really good. That'll give us some breathing room and open up some options for any deals we may find on some equipment. I do feel like I may have made a mistake on leasing the fields. May not have should have done it. It is costing me quite a bit of money every month to pay those lease fees. It's kind of too late now. If I let it go, I'm not going to reap the benefit of it. So we're going to have to power through it. Hopefully it will pay off, but time will tell on that. One of the biggest things that I do need to get moved off of that location where I am leasing, that'll free up some cash. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I'm not real sure how things will go here in the coming months, but hopefully things will turn around. These contracts, like I said, is going to be a turning point for us, so I was really glad to pick these up. Work, I can see why Tiny had mentioned it before. Work has been kind of sparse around here. I have got a few opportunities, but not really very many. But seems like things have kind of picked up around the area and folks are looking for people to work, so that actually worked out in my favor. So I had the equipment to do the fertilizing, so I'm just paying Tiny to take care of that for me. So that'll work out really good. And just as soon as we can get this field harvested, we can move on from this. First time I've ever driven this potato harvester. Really cool. Took me a few minutes to get used to it. It kind of threw me for a loop on where the actual harvesting was happening, but it looks like it all happens up there at front. Everything in the back end here is just for transportation. We are taking these potatoes to a new location that they just put in right up there beside the heating plant. They are accepting root crops, forage, hay bales, things like that as well. So it is, I guess, another branch that they're trying to venture into there at the heating plant. So um, they are taking these potatoes. So I don't have to take it far. That is a really good thing. And I do have the tractor that they leased to me there at the end of the field. It has a trailer there, so we're just emptying into it so that we can keep the harvester running, and then once it gets full, I just run it over there and dump it out. So that's working out pretty good. I guess I could technically just drive the harvester right over there and dump it as well. But either way is working, and we are slowly but surely getting through this work. Go ahead and empty out what I can here. And it looks like it's full again. I did a couple rows down here on the sand. I kept having to turn around out in the road, and it was getting really dangerous. So I figured I'd create a little buffer there. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I ended up leasing the wrapper just because, well, I didn't have much money, and that was about the cheapest route I could take to get some silage made up. I really wanted to pick the grass up and put it into the silage bunkers, but I just didn't have any way to do that. Didn't have enough money to buy or lease equipment to handle it, nor did I really have tractors big enough to pull some of that equipment. So I decided to just go ahead and wrap the bales. We'll go that route this time. Maybe we continue doing that, I don't know, but for now it worked, and we'll just see how we go about it next time when we get to that point. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and continue on here. Hopefully Tiny will be done here very soon. He has a pretty big field to work on, so it may take him some time, but anyhow, we'll be back in just a moment.
Well, there, Mr. Mike's got a lot of money coming in today. He's gonna be doing pretty good after this. We've about got this field wrapped up here. Rain's coming down, washing this fertilizer in. Working out real good. Yep, we about to wrap this one up.
Well, alright, we got Tiny done with the fertilizing contract, and he is over here. Just got him running the harvester there. Looks like he was nearly full. He had his flashers on there. Get him unloaded here real quick, and let him carry on. I was a little bit concerned about the rain. I did not know if that would affect the harvest, but it does not seem to affect any potato harvesting, so I'm good with that. We'll just keep carrying on. It looks like it's starting to slack off here. Clouds are clearing up, so hopefully we'll dry out here and won't track so much dirt around the field. Uh-oh. Something has gone wrong with the trailer. I heard it start to engage. Oh boy. Let me go check that out. I'm not seeing anything just right off. Huh. Well, let me grab a flashlight out of the truck so I can poke around underneath it and see what's going on. Maybe we can find the problem. There we go. There we go. Found a pin that was jammed underneath that door. So we got that opened up. And it is working out perfectly now. Very, very good. Let's go on down here. I bet Tiny is getting close to needing another. Oh, he is on the other side. We missed him. We'll have to wait till he gets down here and gets turned around, and then we'll go ahead and get him emptied out. So all in all, today, we have already made, well, about $80,000. So that has been really, really good. This contract pays around 30, which seems kind of low for as much time as it's going to end up taking. Imagine this is going to take a lot of the day, but we'll get it done. I really don't know what else we have to do around the farm. I do want to put a sign up there at the front of the driveway leading down to the farm, just to let everybody know that there is a dairy, because I'm actually thinking about trying to sell some of the milk on site instead of hauling it off and taking it down to a distributor. Thinking about just trying to do some wholesale milk sales there from the farm. So we may invest a little bit of this contract money into a small little building or something that we can sell the milk. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough to do that, but we may. We'll have to see. I think that would be a good use of our space and allow us to make some money directly from the dairy or from the cows and their milk, instead of having to ship it off and let somebody else make the majority of the profits. Well, we just emptied out the last big load there, and so we're going to go down this one strip and get the rest of these potatoes out of the ground, and we will be done with this contract. Thankfully. It is taking quite a bit of time to get this entire field harvested. Went ahead and sent Tiny on his way. As a matter of fact, as we were working over on this side of the field, it was just as easy for me to just pull in to the unload point and just take it right out of the harvester here. So I decided to go ahead and continue unloading that way. I could go down and back and have about 75% of a tank full, so it seemed to work out pretty good. And so I finished up this side of the field, sent Tiny down to go ahead and put up a farm sign for us. he knew a fella that used to run a dairy, and there's this old sign that's been laying up against this barn for years and years and years, and Tiny remembered about it, said it would be perfect for my farm. So I'm going to have a sign. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm going to trust Tiny to get something up that looks pretty good and that I'll be pleased with. So he's gone off to see if he can get that sign from that fella, and then he's going to put it together and get it in the ground for me. So that's pretty exciting. We'll have a sign directing the local folks to our dairy. Alright, all the potatoes are harvested. It's a very cool machine here. It did a great job. It's just only so wide it can only get just a few rows at a time. So it takes quite a bit of time, but we worked through it, made a little money in the process. It is dirty, that's for sure. So we're going to leave this equipment here at this location. That is where they had it. I don't know if the plant here or whoever owns this field maybe owns this plant. Maybe that is why they had that equipment already here. And I believe that is going to be about it. Just hop out while that's unloading. Oh, there we go. It is done. It is all empty. Very, very good. Let me get in this thing and get it pulled back around over here behind the plant here. And we'll head on back over to the dairy and see how Tiny is making out with that sign. Alright, very good. Well, we've just about made it back down here to the farm. Old Tiny looks like he's got a sign put up. I wonder what it looks like. Registered Holsteins. Oh, that looks fantastic. Well, let's get out here and take a little peek and see what Tiny has got here for the farm.
Well there, Mr. Mike. What do you think?
Oh, Tiny, man, this is fantastic. This is perfect for the farm.
I thought you'd like this one. Yeah, I even put established 2022 down there on the bottom for you.
That's great, Tiny. I do appreciate it. I know this was some hard work for you today, but this really sets the farm up for the future. Really, really like this. Really appreciate it.
No problem, Mr. Mike.
Well, Tiny, hey, you know, we talked about getting some little farm shop built here on the farm, and now that we have the sign, I think it may be a good time for us to maybe find a spot somewhere that we can, well, set up a little stand or something where we can sell the milk from the farm and then anything else that we may produce here in the future. What do you think about maybe trying to help me out with that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mike. Whatever you need.
Well, that sounds good, Tiny. We'll go take a look around the farm and see where we may be able to put something like that. Maybe start working on it and hopefully have it up and running here very soon. Well, we're going to go on down here and get things cleaned up. You see the truck is really dirty. I'm going to hose it off and then look around the farm. Maybe we'll find a spot to put our little farm shop. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button on the video. And if you're new to the channel, hadn't done so already, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope each of you have a blessed day.